Well, I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize Miss Mylene Son. This is related to the Espinosa killing, if I may say so. And we'd like to hear from her because her husband, Police Chief Inspector Jesus Son, was ambushed and killed while wearing a police uniform, while driving home. Anyway, may we hear from Miss Mylene Son, who is a former councilor in Pastrana. Meron ba kayong affidavit na hinanda? Meron kayo abogadong kasama, hindi po ba?
Yes, Your Honor. I am Attorney Mario Bernardo Cerro, Your Honor.
Okay. So may sinabit ba kayo affidavit o magsasalaysay lang siya dito under oath?
She will just state under oath, Your Honor.
Okay. So, yes, you recognize Mrs. Son. Joey, step aside para paupuin muna yung lawyer niya para mag-guide siya. May proceed anytime.
The Honorable Senators, people who are witnessing this hearing today, viewers, a pleasant good morning. I am Mylene Son from Pastrana, Leyte, wife of the late Police Chief Inspector Son, who got killed in an ambush last September 16, just this year, while on his way home from Police Regional Office. I am left with 4 daughters who were all emotionally attached to their father. The loss of my husband left a very painful and traumatic experience not only to me, but to my daughters' lives as well. Even though I was left grieving, I have to stand up and fulfill both the role of a mother and a father. As his wife and confident, it became clear to me who did this and why he had to be killed. I remained silent as days passed by. Even though it was already a public knowledge who did the killing, I decided to keep mum about this. Practically moved on and definitely decided to leave everything to God. Part of me was telling me to voice this out, since there are many people who want me to expose this so that justice will be given to his death. But half of me was telling me to keep my mouth shut because I was too afraid to speak up, since they know all of us. The night before my husband was killed, he told me, "My life might end today or tomorrow." I never took it seriously because I thought it would not get that far. Prior to that, he has been assigned at Northern Summer and later at Maas in Southern Leyte. In one of his attendance in administrative-related seminar at Pro 8, he came home very happy. Asked why, he told me that Sir Marcos had approached him in a friendly manner. That was a good sign then, I told him. Since they were not in speaking terms due to the previous local elections wherein Marites, Marcos' wife, had run for vice mayoral post against my father in her hometown. But according to my late husband, he was offered to look for an asset that will be used for a special project. I asked him what project was that, and he told me it was Mayor Espinosa's life in exchange of 500,000 pesos. He said he told Sir Marcos that he will try to look for one since he felt the pressure to comply with the project. That time, he didn't want to turn him down since he felt as if it was a renewal of their friendship. I advised him not to do it because that is not good and we'll have to pay it in the end. A close relative and friend of ours also advised my husband not to do the same thing because Mayor Espinosa was under the Witness Protection Program. I added that he might become the fall guy here. Upon realizing the weight and consequences, if the project will become feasible, my husband have decided to turn him down, and it made Sir Marcos furious, underestimating his capacities. I told him that it was okay. This led my husband to post a message intended for him, though he did not name him in our joint account in Facebook. That week before his death, he always kept reminding me that there might come a time that he might get killed for refusing the offer, and that I must be ready to take over the responsibilities of the family. As what I always do whenever he felt like everything is not going right, I told him not to think about it and that from now on, we will help each other to live righteously. I remember how he told me how thankful he was for encouraging him all these times. The following day, he was ambushed. In my quiet times, I have decided to rest his case considering the risk it will entail to us. But upon remembering my husband's last hours of death, recalling every detail of that fateful day, seeing him on the ground with blood on his badge in his police uniform, lying there lifeless, helpless, the cries of our children when we learned what happened to their beloved Papa, that feeling you want to fight back. But then at the end of the day, you find yourself helpless. I even sent an email address to Senator Panfilo Lacson, not for the purpose of soughting justice for my husband, nor testifying here, but for him to know that we are all following and watching the turnout of the Senate hearings conducted. Because at that time, I was already comforted with the thought that if justice will be rendered to Mayor Espinosa, it would somehow feel like justice was also served with my husband. A member of the family who have come across a friend who works in the news was willing to help us make this public. But then again, I was torn between justice for the dead and the concerns of the living. I told her to hold my story. But since it was published yesterday and was reported on different TV stations, I hope my statements today had cleared some misconceptions in the news that have been spread. I fear for the lives of my loved ones. I know that we will be in great danger because even my husband, who was known to many as brave, was killed. How much more for us, for me, for my children who are all girls. My girls are all scared. Seeing me on national television today, they are all frightened that the thing that might happen. Sorry. They are all afraid that the thing that happened to their father again might happen to me again. I hope you understand our need for protection. Kasi may mga anak din kayo. My God knows I did everything to evade this situation. I was merely contented watching these events that were happening lately. I do not want to add the burdens of these people because I also pity their children. But I guess my fate is leading me to this. Since I was invited here today, I'm thinking this might be it. With due respect to the people who invited me here to participate in this inquiry, thank you very much. I can only assure you that what I told you today was all according to my husband and all true. And whether or not you find vitality in my statements is all up to you. Your Honor, my presence here today may not be of great help to solving the issue about the extrajudicial killings happening not only in Leyte but in the whole Philippines. But I remain hopeful to God and grateful for giving me the chance to share with you the story of my husband. Please also allow me to say my sincere apologies to my family for making you worry too much, to my loved ones who advised me not to involve myself here. I'm sorry, but I have to do this. I appreciate your concerns, but believe me, it's going to be okay. Nothing beats a truthful account. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mrs. Son. I know there are some positive leads dito sa kaso ni Police Chief Inspector Son, ano? But I would just like to remind Chief PNP, yung napatay dito, Chief Inspector, kasama rin natin, and I think, I heard that he was a decorated police officer. Di ba? Dahil sabi nga ng asawa niya, alam niyang matapang. Mag-isa nung inambush, ilang sasakyan yung humarang sa kanya? Ilan lahat yung based on reports na nakarating sa inyo? Sige. Yung police director, yung director ng
Your
Leyte.
Honors, good morning. I am Senior Superintendent Franco Simborio, the Provincial Director of Leyte. We have an ongoing investigation actually, sir, on this case. And based on the initial report, there are about 2 vehicles and 2 motorcycles na ginamit mo doon during the incident. And in our update, I cannot divulge po the names of our possible witness considering po na baka ma-compromise po yung witnesses natin.
Understand, never mind mentioning their names.
So, maganda po yung lead natin sa kaso na ito and we are very hopeful na we could solve this case, Your Honor.
So, Chief, personally, paki-supervise, ano? Alam mo
Yes,
kung halimbawa napatay dito, drug lord, baka siguro yung vigilance, hindi siguro ganun dapat katindi. But this was a police officer killed, ano?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
I just
Your
hope
Honor.
that you pursue this, ano, to its logical conclusion. No matter who are involved or who were involved in this case. So, in fairness to a fellow or a fallen police officer.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Chairman, may I
Yes,
just
sir.
inquire if Ms. Son is in under protective custody right now?
She has not asked for it, pero we're offering her protection. Kaya lang malayo sa Pastrana ito eh. The father is a vice mayor in Pastrana. Siya yung nakalaban ng asawa ni Superintendent Marcos, but that's beside the point. Dahil nagkaayos naman na sila doon, hindi ba? Sinabi mo sa laysay mo kanina. We're looking, or at least the police, the investigators are looking at a different angle do sa pagkapatay. So, ito, kaya natin inimbita si Mrs. Son, nakita natin yung connection sa pagkapatay kay Mayor Espinosa because while meron na tayong napag-usapan dito na yung circumstances behind the killing do sa loob ng jail, premeditated, hindi ba? Meron tayong more or less conclusion. But this time, nakita natin na talaga merong planong patayin si Mayor Espinosa even before that. No? Yung FB account, joint kayo nagpo-post dyan. That's a joint Facebook account.
Yes, sir.
Can you share to the committee kung ano yung eksaktong post na nilagay? Siya ba nag-post o kayo?
Siya po.
Kailan ito? How many days before he got waylaid?
1 day.
1 day before he was waylaid.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anong nakapost doon? Sige, i-ano mo lang, ikat mo na lang yung expletive dyan, ano.
Madali. Habang hinahanap po, no? Facebook ako niya sa September 15, ha? Facebook name po yan.
Opo.
Kayo ng pangalan po.
Joint account po namin yun eh.
Pero nung ginawa po ba yan, naandun kayo nang ginawa niya yan?
Opo, nasa
Dalawa
harap po
kayo?
niya ako. Opo.
Sa nakita mong ginagawa niya?
Oo. I even told him po na huwag niyang i-post yun. And after posting, it was public. Then I
Sige.
made it as,
I-blip mo lang yung famous words, ha? I-blip mo na lang, lampasan mo na lang
Yes.
yun. Pero yung content, basahin mo nga.
okay po. Basahin ko po. Pulis sa pulis. Offer ka nga naka-witness protection program naman. Tapos double cross mo kami, ala kabayag. Subukan mo ako humuni ng harapan. I'm sure may mamamatay sa akin. Huwag mo lang akong traidorin, hindi kita uurungan. Yan po.
Yeah. Si Senator Recto has a question.
Yung post pong yan ay referring to whom? Sino ang tinuturo?
To Sir Marcos po.
Yeah, sir.
Senator Dillon, hindi
What
pa
is
tapos
this-
yung oras po ninyo.
Yeah. What is the status of Colonel Marcos today? Is he back to his duty? No, he was reinstated. That's why I want to know for the record.
Hindi po ako na-reinstate, sir. Bali, under restrictive custody po ako, sir.
Sorry.
No, maybe the proper
Under-
question should be,
Yeah, please.
is he still under restrictive custody? Because I heard Iyas, declaring or announcing na na-lift na yung kanyang restrictive custody. But of course, this was changed. Sinabi na temporarily lifted. Anong status nila ngayon?
He is under restrictive custody, Your Honor. The whole
But they were allowed to go back to Leyte. For what reason?
to get their supporting documents for their defense, Your Honor.
So how can they be under restrictive custody and be allowed to go around the country?
No, Your Honor, that was the only instance that I allowed them, Your Honor. I lifted the restrictive custody kasi nagpaalam sila kukunin yung papel nila. But, I allowed them to go back to their place to get their papers and return
is he back
immediately.
to restrictive custody today?
Yes, Your Honor. They are under restrictive custody.
Nakabalik na siya mula sa Leyte?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, teka, paano po nakarating kay Pangulo ang kaso ni Superintendent Marcos? Sabi mo, sabi ni Presidente, siya mismo ang tumawag.
Yes, Your Honor.
Paano nakarating sa kanya ang kaso ni Mr. Marcos? Hindi, ngayon lang, nung binalik siya. Anyway,
The President is abreast with what is happening in our drug war, Your Honor. Alam po niya lahat ng mga pangyayari, Your Honor. So,
okay,
alam niya
siguro
kung sino
tanungin ko
yung...
si Colonel Marcos, sino pong pinagsumbungan nyo na naririb kayo from CIDG 8?
Wala naman po ako, sir, pinagsumbungan.
Wala kang pinagsumbungan.
Wala po akong backer, sir, sa PNP.
Ha?
Wala naman po akong backer.
Paano po
Kung narilib po ako ng tuloy-tuloy, sir, tatanggapin ko po yun.
So paano naman bakit tumawag si Presidente kay Chief PNP tungkol sa kaso mo?
Hindi ko po alam yun, sir.
Just to clarify, this was before the death or the killing of Mayor Espinosa. Noon siya pinareinstate. Kasi he was relieved noong after October 15, after the arrest of Kerwin in Abu Dhabi, yung police officer sent to Abu Dhabi to debrief him, reported back to Chief MP De La Rosa that Marcos and the others nasa payola ni Kerwin. And right there and then, nirelieve sila ni Chief MP De La Rosa. But on the same day, as was already admitted by the President, si Chief MP De La Rosa received a call from Secretary Bongo, and then it was the phone was handed over to the President, who instructed him to reinstate. In other words, i-rescind yung order of relief, administrative relief, kaya hindi sila halos na-relieve because on the same day, hindi na rin sila nakaalis doon. So the question is, ano yung kapit ni o yung influence ni Superintendent Marcos kasi apparently mabilis yung flow of events, yung flow ng information kasi on the same day. Ibig sabihin, may direct line. Kasi how would the President know of the relief? Sana kung it took 1 week, pwedeng merong mga, alam mo na, may mga gumalaw. But right on the same day, you were instructed to reinstate, hindi ba? So, ang tanong ni Senator Drilon kay Superintendent Marcos, sino yung tinawagan niya para makarating kaagad kay Presidente na siya'y na-relieve?
Superintendent Marcos can respond to the question of...
Actually, sir, nung tinanong po ako ni Senator Chis Escudero, nung last Senate hearing, sir, kasi nandito po yung motion for reconsideration ko. It was received on November 4 ng umaga. Actually, I was here in Manila.
Pakisagot lang po nung kay...
Pinareceive ko to. Nandito po, sir, last October 26, na-receive ko po yung decision from NCRPO na mayroon pong decision na suspended ako for 20 days because of a decision from General Pagdilaw in a case of command responsibility, pero in this case was decided in absentia. Hindi ko po alam na may kaso akong ganito, hindi po ako nakasagot. So, this is the day also na nakatanggap po ako ng relief order. Katapos, pinalawanag ko sa arwang ko na sabi ko, sir, bakit ako marirelieve dyan sa suspension na yan? Eh, hindi pa po final. I have to file my motion for reconsideration. So, sabi ko, magagawa kaagad ako. Kasi, actually, sir, hindi
That's
ko...
another incident. That's why gusto ko lang malaman ang sagot mo.
Kaya po, sir, yung tatawag
Isagot mo lang nung tanong ni Senator Lacson. Paano naman isa-isang araw lang umabot lang kay Pangulo itong problema mo?
Kaya nga po, sir, yun ang nasa isip ko, sir, na siguro nag-consult sila pertaining to the decision of my suspension na hindi pala final pa. Kaya siguro ako, sir, binalik. Kasi hindi ko
Nag-consult siya kanino?
Kasi hindi ko naman alam, sir, yung tungkol na mga sinasabi ni Kerwin eh. Ang nalaman ko lang yung sinasabi ni Kerwin on the first day na nag-appear siya the last Senate hearing na inaakusahan niya ako. I don't know about it. Wala akong alam dun. I was all the while thinking that I was relieved because of this suspension. Yun ang nasa isip ko, sir.
So, balik tayo sa tanong, okay, assuming na ang nasa isip mo, na-relieve ka because of that suspension,
Opo, sir.
mali pala, sinong tinawagan mo?
Wala akong tinawagan, sir. Ang tumawag sa akin, sir, yung personnel officer ng CIDG, informing me na meron akong suspension. Kung baka daw ako ma-relieve tungkol dito dahil I have to be relieved because of that suspension. Kaya sabi ko, sir, teka muna, sir, kasi tumawag ako.
Assuming, so it was a mere coincidence na na-suspend ka, anong date yan, suspension?
Yung suspension, sir, matagal na.
Date?
June 9, 2016 pa ang decision ni General Pagdilaw. Pero nalaman ko lang ang decision na to, sir, October 26.
October, kailan siya na-relieve? Anong date? Exact date?
On the same...
Yung administrative relief na ginawa ng headquarters ng NHQ. Kasi October 26 ito eh.
At saka, sir, yung relief ko po, sir, hindi po NHQ order na outside CIDG.
CIDG order.
I was relieved as RC.
Okay.
Opo, sir.
Your
So,
Honor,
si General Ubusan, ang nag-relieve, I suppose, upon your instruction. Kasi ikaw naman ang na-brief noong nagpunta ng Abu Dhabi, hindi naman si Ruel, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, Police Chief Superintendent.
Yes.
Will
So why did you relieve Superintendent Marcos, being the director of CIDG, why did you relieve him from his post as regional director of Region 8.
Upon the instruction of the Chief PNP.
O, yun nga sinasabi ko. Kasi nga, siya yung nakatanggap ng briefing from the officers who went to Abu Dhabi and who got wind of the information that Superintendent Marcos was allegedly in the payola of Kerwin Espinosa. Di ba?
Maybe, Your Honor.
Clear, di ba?
The reason was not given to me by the
Yes,
Chief
yes, I know.
PNP, Your Honor.
I know.
Just clarify, Mr. Chairman. Na-relieve yung relief ni Colonel Marcos came before the killing of Mr. Espinosa. Is that correct?
Yes, Your
Malinaw.
Honor.
Inabot siya ng killing. Napatay, no? Ni-reinstate siya ng presidente before the killing. Is that correct?
Before the killing, Your Honor.
Before the killing.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, nagkaroon ng miscommunication sa media, ganun ba? So, in the meantime, nag-a-appeal ka ba doon sa suspension na yun? O sa restrictive custody?
Yes, sir. Bali, hinabol ko po, sir. Nung matanggap ko po nung October 26 yung suspensions ko, hinabol ko na hindi umabot.
At katulad nga na sinabi ni Chairman Lacson kanina, dahil ikaw ay nasasangkot sa payola ng drugs. Is that correct?
So, hindi ko po alam
No,
yun, sir.
yes or no? Hindi mo alam.
Hindi ko po alam yun,
What is
sir.
the answer of General Ubusan? The PNP chief is the one who put you under restrictive custody.
No, not yet, not yet.
Kaya nga,
Hindi pa sa killing.
Relief muna, Your Honor. Relief.
relief because of his involvement in drugs.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, we just want to clarify because marami nagdidebate kami rito eh.
Ano muna, alleged involvement kasi hindi pa natin approve.
Alleged receipt of within drug payola, Your Honor.
Based on that, tumawag sa iyo si Mr. Bongo, Christopher Go, at nung nakausap mo na si Presidente na sabi, i-lift mo yon.
Para i-revoke, Your Honor. Revoke yung order.
Revoke
Revoke ang order, Your Honor.
before the killing of Mayor Espinosa.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that's clear. Okay, thank you.
So, anong date yun? Meron kayo dyan? Yung date of relief.
Revoke yun, hindi napatay.
The date of relief, which is also the date of the recession of the order, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor. Ipapind out pa ng admin ng CIDG, Your Honor.
Find out.
Chief, while they're doing that, marami nag-uusap-usap kami mga senador dito. Because of that revocation, nakabalik siya. At dahil nakabalik siya, ngayon, pinagbibintangan siya ni Kerwin at saka ni Mrs. Son na siya ang nagpapatay kay Mayor Espinosa at saka kay Captain Son.
Nauna pa yun.
Nauna pa yun.
September 16 yung kay
Oo
Chief
nga, nauna pa
Inspector.
pala yun kay September 15. I'm sorry. Kay Mayor Espinosa. Nangyari yung pagkapatay dahil na-lift yung order.
Yes, Your Honor. Otherwise, hindi sila makapag-operate kung relief na
But
siya
we're
doon.
not saying that he did operate. We're just saying na pagbibintangan siya ni Kerwin. Malinaw yung sinabi ko.
Yes, Your Honor.
Siya, no? Okay. All right. Thank you. That's clear.
Colonel Marcos,
Yes, sir.
narinig niyo po ang biyuda ni Chief Inspector Son na inoffer mo raw ng 500,000 para tumbahin si Mayor Espinosa ba? Sino yung para tumbahin? Ma'am, can you repeat your statement?
Si Mayor po, sir.
Sandali lang, liwanagin lang natin. Pakiulit mo lang yung binanggit mong 500,000. Paano ba yan?
He told me that morning that
Your husband.
yes, I'm referring to my husband. He told me that he was being offered in the amount of 500,000 pesos in exchange for the life of Mayor Espinosa. But he stated that he has to look for an asset.
And who did he say offered him?
Sir Marcos, he told me.
Okay. So what can you say about that, Mr. Marcos?
Yes, sir. Good morning po sa lahat. Ganito po, sir. Unang-una sa lahat, when yung asawa po ni Maylin, si Major Son napatay, 9:50 in the morning, I went to the regional office to attend the oversight committee. Anang region, kasi member po ako doon, I arrived at the regional office in Campitic using my Innova vehicle, my only vehicle, a second-hand vehicle. Dumating ako doon, 9:50, umakyat ako sa conference room, my car was parked. The meeting started at exactly 10 o'clock in the morning. Ngayon, while the meeting was ongoing, it was presided by CDS. About 10 minutes na ongoing yung meeting, may tumawag kay CDS, kay Superintendent Marnie, na mayroon ngang shooting incident sa Santa Fe involving a police officer. And it was identified nga yung sasakyan na Pajero Maroon, ang sabi ni CDS. Mayroon daw riding in tandem na dalawa. In-announce po yun when we were at the conference room. Ang present po doon sa conference, fortunately, nandito po si Superintendent Sukaire. He was the member of the oversight. Nandun po kami sa meeting nung mangyari yung insidente na yun.
Excuse me, Superintendent Marcos. Simple lang po ang tanong, ano po ang masasabi ninyo sa sinabi ng Mrs. Son na nag-alok ka raw ng 500,000 piso?
Hindi po totoo yun, sir.
Yun,
Ganito naman po nangyari dyan. I was also attending a conference in PRO 8. I don't really recall what was the exact date. Bumaba po ako galing conference room dahil mahina po ang signal sa lobos ng conference room. Mayroon po akong kausap sa telephone. Ngayon, doon sa grandstand, doon ako nakipag-usap. Nandoon po yung 33 PCO at saka PNCO na inassemble ng Deputy R1 ng PRO 8. 33 officers na nirelieve sa post nila because of their implication on alleged involvement as protectors. Nakasama po si Major Son doon sa listahan na protector ng mga Espinosa. Ngayon, after nag-check attendance yung Deputy R1, I was on my phone, nag-disperse sila ng konti, si Major Son, nagsisigaw po doon sa grandstand. Sabi niya, putang ina, bakit ako lang ang, sabi niya yung dialect, kaya ano ako kami malat na involved din ni. Kami lahat gini-involved na protector, nangangarawat yung kwarta. Ada nga ngit mga dagko ng mga opisyal din na region, nangangarawat yung mga payola, diri upod-lugod din listahan. Katapos, sumering pa yan na gusto niyo, kung lugod mapatay mga Espinosa.
Yeah, please translate.
Papatayo kay Mayor.
Translate mo nga sa Tagalog.
Translate ko po, sir. Ang sabi ni Major Son, nung nagsisigaw siya, hindi lang po ako nakakarinig nun. Nandito po yung mga imbitado na officers na were also implicated. Nandito po sila. Nagsisigaw po yan si Major Son na, sabi niya, putang ina, bakit kami lang ang nandito ini-implicate na protector, tumatanggap ng payola, kung sino pang maliliit, nandiyan malalaki, si ganito. Bakit?
Sino yung ganito?
Sinong ganito?
Sir, I invoke my right to self-incrimination.
No, you're not incriminating yourself.
Hindi, patay na po sir si Major Son. Pag kinot ko po yung mga tao na yun, baka po ako ma-implicate.
No.
Nandito naman po yung mga nakarinig din, sir.
Ikaw ang nagsabi, ikaw ang nagre-relate ng information.
Pagkatapos
ikaw
yun
ang nagsabi.
Opo, sir.
So sabihin mo kung sino yung ganito, ganyan.
Pagkatapos niya nag-post siya, sabi niya, gusto niyo akong papatay sa mga Espinosa, akong papatay kay Mayor. Yun yung sinabi niya.
Colonel,
Nandito po yung mga officers.
you have to tell us si ganito. Sino yon?
You're not incriminating yourself.
You're testifying. And may I remind you,
At saka yun, not attesting to the truth, Colonel Marcos, ang tinatanong ng mga senador, yung sinabi ni Major Son, hindi ibig sabihin, kung anong sinabi niya, yun ang totoo. Tinatanong ng komite, ano ba yung binanggit niya?
Sir, can you refer to me, lawyer, sir?
Yes. Do not testify, Mr. Lawyer.
Of course, Your Honors. Your Honors, good morning. I'm Attorney Tabuada. I would just like to make this clear that he will say these words not as to the veracity, okay? Of the
Yes.
words mentioned by the deceased.
As a narration, as a
Okay, yes,
part
yes,
of the
Your Honor.
narration,
Okay.
not as to the truth.
Sabi niya, bakit si Superintendent Clit, Thomas Clit, hindi di nandito? Number 1 tumatanggap. Si
Ano pangalan?
Superintendent Tomasito Clit. Yung po yung Arto. Clit po apelyido.
CLET, CLET?
CLET, sir.
Okay, sino pa ibang pangalan binanggit?
Sabi niya, si DRDO, si Senior Superintendent Cobillas, tumatanggap din. Bakit hindi namin kasama dito? Yun po ang quote nun. At yun yung sinabi niya. Katapos, after that, sinabi niya, sabi niya, putang ina, gusto niyo ako papatay sa mga Espinosa eh. Ako papatay kay Mayor. Kung motibo lang po, ako wala po motibo. Doon lang sa mga tao na yun na mga binanggit at pinag-i-implicate, baka po si Major Son may motibong patayin si Mayor. In the first place, sir, mula na nag-execute si ni Mayor Espinosa na affidavit sa pinakauna hanggang sa pinakahuli, sa lahat na nag-corroborate ng affidavit niya, wala ang pangalan ko, wala ang pangalan ni Major Laraga, wala ang pangalan ni Major Matira. Si Kerwin lang ang nag-implicate sa amin, 3-in-1 kami. Parang masyadong kaduda-duda naman po yun para sa amin. Hindi po ako magiging CIDG chief kung hindi po ako binackground check ng PNP. I was to hold a sensitive position in the PNP kung may dungis po ang serbisyo ko.
Mr. Chair. Mr. Ronnie Dayan would like to be excused. CR lang po.
Excuse again. Wala pa nga sinasabing totoo, excuse ng excuse.
Sir, may additional po ako, sir. May nag-send sa akin kagabi ng clippings ng radio interview sa DYBL ng Tacloban. Nung mamatay po si Major Son nung ano ba yun? December 16, siya namatay. On the 17, in-interview siya ni Major ang in-interview niya yung tatay ni Major Son, si Pat Son, in-interview ni Miriam Disicada ng DYBL. Tinanong siya if there any possibility o may duda sila kung sino ang pumatay kay Major Son. Ang sinagot po ng tatay ni Major Son, sabi niya, a day before namatay si Major Son, mayroon siyang kausap na opisyal. Mayroon siyang kausap na opisyal na nagtalo sila sa telepono at doon na nag-umpisa nag-aburido si Major Son ng araw na yun. At hindi po ako ang binabanggit na opisyal. Iba pang opisyal ang binanggit doon. Si Major Espinido. Nandito po yung recording niyan.
Gusto mo i-play?
Sir, kung gusto nyo po i-play, sir, nandito po sa akin yung recording. Nag-post nga po sa Facebook yung reporter kaninang umaga eh. Sabi niya, September 15, when Major Son was ambushed by unidentified assailants, his father Patrocinio was standing at the crime scene when an opportunity of a brief interview which he narrated a day before his son was murdered. He was complaining after his rape a call from Espinido. Sabi dito, be careful daw, security, katapos, but his wife, Maylin, sa different version. Ito, post po ito nung reporter. Sinend po sa akin.
Sino ang reporter yan?
Miriam Disicada, sir, from DYBL Tacloban.
Mr. Chairman, can we just ask Inspector Espinido, since he was named, to maybe provide some context? Inspector Espinido,
Pero hindi po ako naniniwala, sir, na si Espinido ang gumawa nun. Kasi mayroon din
pero
po
binanggit mo na rin siya.
Mayroon din po akong intelligence report sa pangyayari lahat ng killing ng Leyte. I have lead on it. Hindi po si Major Espinido.
Okay, Inspector Espinido, you were named as someone who had conversed with Major Son before he passed away, at pagkatapos daw ng usapan ninyo, doon daw siya nagalit. Ano pong masasabi ninyo?
Wala. Your Honor, ba't ganito pero sa akin lang, natandaan ko na si Major So, nag-text ba yun or naghanap siya ng kakampi na tulungan siya. Kasi kung gusto ko raw na malinis ang hanay ng pulis sa Region 8 ng mga sangkot na nakatanggap ng payola, magpatulong siya na ma-check sana yung mga malaking ranggo maliban sa kanya. So, nag-schedule ako at the time, Your Honor, nung si Chief PNP may awarding doon sa Region 8 na gusto ko siya kausapin, kaya gusto ko sana i-diretso ko siya sa kay Sir. Actually, hindi kami din kaibigan talaga, yung kaibigan na kilala ni Sir Son, Your Honors, kasi senior rin sa akin, pagkatapos iba yung mga unit namin. Pero at the time, kasi nalaman ko din na mayroon siyang mga parang proposal ba na may alam talaga siya lahat sa pangyayari sa
Okay.
drugs.
Anong date yan, yung nag-reach out sa sayo?
Before magpunta si PNP, Your Honor, sa awarding sa Region 8.
Anong araw po yon?
Monday man siguro yun. November 13 yung awarding, Your Honor.
No, he had already passed away in September.
Sorry. September 13, Your Honor.
So ilang araw lang bago po na napatay si Major Son.
Oo.
Nakapag-usap po ba kayo ni Major Son?
Wala, parang text lang yun, Your Honor.
So hindi kayo talaga nakapag-usap?
Hindi.
Ang sinasabi kasi ni Colonel Marcos ay nagalit siya pagkatapos kayo nag-usap.
Hindi talaga, Your Honor.
Hindi talaga. So sinasabi mo na hindi totoo yung sinasabi ni Colonel Marcos?
Sir, hindi po according sa akin yun, sir.
Sa
Galing
reporter.
Sa reporter po, sir.
Yes. So, you are saying na hindi po totoo na nakapag-usap kayo ni Major Son bago siya namatay?
Hindi,
The
Your
day
Honor.
before?
Hindi, Your Honor.
Hindi. At most, text message lang.
Text message. At saka hindi
Nandyan
siya.
pa ba sa'yo yung text message? Nasa telepono mo pa ba?
Tingnan ko lang, Your Honor.
Sige, pakitingnan at kung nandyan pa, gusto rin namin tingnan.
Sir, may additional lang po akong konti lang, sir.
Let me just make a follow-up, as chairman. I'd like to ask Mrs. Son. Nag-usap kayo mag-asawa bago siya namatay, di ba?
Yes, Your
Bago
Honor.
namatay. Nag-outburst na siya noon.
Ano po?
Nag-outburst na siya. Nagalit na siya nung sinasabi na lang September 13. Binanggit ba niya sa iyo yun?
Yung nagalit po siya sa phone?
Sa kapulisan, sa Colonel. Yung sinasabi ni Colonel Kakusanay, binanggit niya yung mga pangalan na matataas na opisyales.
Nabanggit po niya.
Ano sinabi po niya?
Galing daw siya sa formation. Kasi, parang nagkaroon sila ng, ano ba yun? Inano sila lahat, yung mga na-involve sa
Payola.
payola and other drug-related issues. It was not new to him kasi marami na siyang experience na ganun since nung...
Sinama ba siya doon? Sinama siya?
Sinama po siya,
Sino
pero...
nagsama sa kanya?
Pardon po?
Sino po nagsama sa kanya doon sa Payola?
PNP text po yun.
PNP?
Text.
Ano
It was, nalaman po niya dun sa kaibigan niya, kasi tiningnan po yung folder niya, na nasama lang yung pangalan niya kasi may nag-PNP text na protection siya ng drugs sa Haro at saka sa Pastrana. Where
Haro?
hindi naman po totoo yun. So, parang nagalit po siya. But then, I explained to him na, bakit ka magagalit? I-validate pa naman yan. Buti nga hindi ka na-involve kay Kerwin. So parang na-enlighten na siya doon. Tuesday po yun.
Pero, kailan nyo ginawa yung Facebook statement din niya? Yung post din niya? September 14
September,
or 15?
it was edited on September 15 by him, but it was posted early at September.
Kailan ho?
Inedit po niya.
Kailan nga po niya pinost talaga?
September 14. 14 po yata yun, tapos inedit niya nung pagka-15.
Hindi ko ba sabi niyo kanina magkasama kayo nung pinost niyo?
Opo, kasi palagi po yung nagpapasama sa akin pag nagpo-post siya. Kasi pinapatingnan muna niya sa akin.
Sino po ang tinutukoy niya doon sa September 14 post na yun kung nagagalit siya sa ibang opisyal? Pinag-usapan niyo po ba yan?
Opo.
Siyempre, sinusulat niya yan.
Pinigilan ko po siya na wag po niyang i-public yon.
Bakit yung sinabi huwag niyo i-publish yan? Ano sinasabi niya sa inyo?
Ano po ulit? yung ano, yung pag-post niya.
Oh, ba't yun siya pinipigil? Ano ba sinasabi niya at pinipigil niya siya?
Kasi tinitingnan ko po yung exact words na ginagamit niya. Sabi ko, wag kang magmumura.
Okay, pero may murang inabot doon, di ba?
Apo,
Tapos, sino ang minumura niya? Kanino siya galit?
kay Sir Marcos po.
Bakit siya nagagalit kay Sir Marcos?
Kasi parang na-realize niya na bakit siya ang ino-offeran noon na parang naano siya dun sa advice namin na baka gawin kang fall guy. Ikaw ang maipit sa ending nun. Kasi alam naman natin na si Mayor Espinosa is under the protection of, what do you call it? Under the Witness Protection Program.
Meron ba siyang sinabi doon na pwede mong tukuyin doon sa Facebook account? Na sinasabi niya yun, and I will quote, tama ba ito? Sabihin ko, ano?
Apo.
Ito ang mismong post niyo, no? Yeshualin Son.
Apo.
Yun ang, ayun.
Yun po yung account namin.
Sabi niya, this, ba't English na ito? Sa taas, okay. Thank you. Pulis sa pulis. Andito ito, 15 September. Pulis sa pulis. PI mo. Hindi PI mo, buo yun, no? Offer ka nga, naka-witness protection program naman. Sino yan?
Yung nag-offer? Si Sir Marcos po, yung tinutukoy po dyan na
Nasa witness protection.
si Mayor Espinosa po yun.
Si Mayor Espinosa. So, line by line. Offer ka nga, tinutukoy si Mr. Marcos. Naka-witness protection naman. Yung si Espinosa yan. Tapos, double cross mo kami. Alaka
B.
B. Ano ibig niya sabihin doon? Anong ibig niya sabihin doon? Hindi, yung B.
Alaka B.
Alakang balls in English. Ano ibig niya sabihin? Sinasabi niya, double cross kayo. Nag-uusap kayo niya habang ginagawa niya, di ba?
Opo.
Tapos double cross mo kami. Si Mr. Marcos pa rin yan, Colonel Marcos. Ala kang ganon. Subukan mo nga ako hamunin ng harapan. I'm sure may mamamatay sa atin. Huwag mo lang ako traidorin. Di kita uurungan. Siya
Okay.
tinutukoy niya.
Opo.
Paano mo nalaman?
Sinasabi po niya kasi sa akin eh. At hindi lang po akong pinagsabihan niya. Pati rin po yung mga kaibigan niya at mga...
Pero nung ginagawa niya yung post na yan, kayong dalawa lang.
Opo.
Okay. Tapos, meron ka September 14. Ano ba talaga gusto nyo? Sa pinapatext, wala kayo taong
PNP text po yan.
PNP text, wala kayong taong pinangalanan. As of now, may pinalutang kayo na pangalan ng tao na taga-Haro Leyte just to implicate me.
Yes,
So yun,
Your Honor.
persistent doon sa outburst niya. Kasi nasabi niya, yung nagwala siya, no?
Opo.
Inulit ko po, hindi ako yumaman sa pagiging pulis at lalong hindi ako tumanggap ng pera galing sa droga kasi since 2005, anti-illegal drugs operative na ako at kami ang mga unang members ng PIDEA dito sa Region 8. Kung nagpayaman po ako katulad ng iba, bakit yung bahay ko ay kukunin na ng OCCI? Bakit yung gusgusin ko na sasakyan haatakin na ng PHCCI? Bakit ang dami naming utang to the point, wala na halos magpautang sa amin dahil hindi kami makabayad. Alam ko marami akong nasagasaan sa trabaho at naipit rin ako sa politika. Pero one thing I'm sure, hindi ako takot sa inyo at lalabanan ako sa inyo ng harapan. Sino tinutukoy niya dyan? Kung ano mo?
Parang general, ano lang po yun. Kasi, ano siya eh, na-frustrate po siya na lagi po siyang sinasama sa mga PNP text at lagi po siyang ini-implicate sa mga grupo ng mga drug protectors.
Okay.
Makikita naman po yun sa sa lifestyle namin.
You were a counselor 5 times, right?
Yes, for your honor.
Ang tatay nyo ang tumakbong vice mayor
Opo, last May.
at ang kalaban niya ay si Colonel Marcos.
Yung asawa po niya.
Asawa ni Colonel Marcos.
Opo.
At natalo ng tatay mo yung asawa ni Colonel Marcos.
Opo.
At pagkatapos doon, yung bang umpisa ng alitan,
Hindi naman po sila nag-aalitan after.
nag-aalitan lang sila nung pumutok na nga na may mga pangalan na nasasangkot sa drugs na pulis.
During the elections po, parang may konti silang rift. Kasi nga, father-in-law po yung papa ko po.
Father.
Oo, kumandinato.
Pinapakiusapan ba niya o matras na lang yung tatay mo?
Po.
Pinakiusapan niya ba si Major Son na patrasin yung tatay, yung bera niya, yung tatay mo?
Sa pagkakaalam ko po, ay hindi po niya ginawa yun.
Ba't sila nag-aaway? Kakapigil na sa politika.
Siguro kasi, yung mga goons, ganon. Pero, hindi naman po yung nag-aaway as in nag-aaway na harapan. Parang meron konting, na sila, hindi na sila nagkakausap.